A very good morning to you and welcome to the Power Breakfast News online edition. I am Kiriko Ngarwa. Governors may no longer be referred to as Your Excellency or fly the national flag if in their vehicles if President Uhuru Kenyatta assents to the Order of Precedence Amendment Bill 2014 passed by the National Assembly on Wednesday. The bill has also taken away the title Honorable from members of the County Assembly and specified a seniority and hierarchy of officers for the purpose of state functions. And as Francis Gashuri reports, the bill also stipulates the specific state officers who can use sirens and chase cars to ease their movements.
The supremacy wars pitting governors and other elected leaders in the counties have been rekindled by the passage of a bill by the National Assembly that seeks to clip the county bosses' influence and clout. Should President Uhuru Kenyatta assent to the amended Order of Precedence Bill 2014, governors will no longer be referred to as Your Excellency or fly the national flag on their vehicles. They will also not be allowed to fit sirens on their chase cars or have their spouses referred to by the title First Lady, should the bill sponsored by Elders Member of Parliament Aden Kainan become law. The bill essentially seeks to deny the county bosses the key items they have been using as symbols of authority as the heads of their respective county governments.
To our friends who are governors, from today, they are not His Excellencies, they are called governors. So those people who are listening, they need to know this. The law now is going to be very clear because we've had a lot of confusion.
In the past, you go through the town and you see a lot of sirens passing over. You don't know who is passing here, whether it's an ambulance, whether it's a VIP and all that.
Members of the County Assembly will also no longer be referred to as honorable members if the bill becomes law. Should the governors or MCAs flout the provisions once the bill gets the president's nod, then they will be liable to fines of up to 2 million shillings and jail terms of up to 12 months or both.
For the MCAs, like my other fellows, my colleagues have talked, they should be put there in the list as councillors.
Also in some counties, we are having CECs. These are the committee of executives. They're also calling themselves honorable. In fact, they're referred to as honorable ministers. And the minister thing is so much in the county that you get confused to who is the minister and who is the CEC. Yeah?
Actually, the issues of MCAs, when you look at this law, it's actually implied. If you're not a member of parliament, you're not supposed to be called honorable.
In the bill, the members of parliament have also placed themselves at the same level with governors in the seniority hierarchy and left out MCAs in the ranking. They argued that MCA's insistence on being referred to as honorable members and governors as Your Excellency was causing unnecessary confusion during public events attended by various dignitaries. The Excellency title will now only be reserved for the President, the Deputy President and their spouses, while that of honorable members has been set aside for members of the National Assembly and senators. Only the President and his deputy, the Speakers of Parliament, the Chief Justice, the Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces and the Inspector General of Police will be allowed to use sirens on their motorcades. Former presidents and prime ministers will also be allowed to use sirens on their processions. The fate of the bill now lies with President Uhuru Kenyatta.
A 27-year-old woman was on Wednesday charged with failing to pay her bills after spending 21 days at the Intercontinental Hotel. She, however, denied being unable to settle 230,000 shillings after spending at the five-star hotel, including on Valentine's Day.
On the dock for a costly Valentine week affair, one that had unpaid dues, and thus 27-year-old Laura Oyer Ogola found herself in the 4 years of justice. Milimani Court's resident magistrate Eda Aga had how the 27-year-old spent days leading up to Valentine's Day between 27 January 2015 to 16 February 2015, merrymaking at Nairobi's Intercontinental Hotel until she was slapped with a bill amounting to 229,505 shillings. She allegedly changed her tune. to can't pay, won't pay. Laura, however, denied the allegations. She was released on a cash bail of 100,000 shillings and is expected to appear in court again on 8th March 2015.
ODM Chair John Mbadi is among 3 CORD MPs suspended from Parliament on Wednesday over disorderly conduct in the August House in December. Mbadi, Homa Bay legislator Gladys Wanga and Shinyalu Member of Parliament Sylvester Anami were suspended for 4 House sittings over the chaos that erupted in the House during debate over the Security Amendment Bill last year. CORD MPs sought to have 6 Jubilee MPs suspended as well, a motion that failed when it came down to a vote in the House.
The breach of standing orders on grossly disorderly conduct, honourable members acting not so honourably and their actions etched in the minds of their colleagues. This prompting a motion by Nakuru East MP David Gekaria to have 3 CORD MPs suspended over the chaos after they were named by Chemusei MP Elijah Langat. ODM Chair John Mbadi, Homa Bay legislator Gladys Wanga and Sylvester Anami from Shinyalu. CORD MPs quickly rose to force a division, but when it came down to a vote, the ayes had it by a 101 to 51 vote. But CORD MPs quickly retreated to a crisis meeting to plot their next move, and in minutes they were back in chambers calling for the suspension of 6 Jubilee MPs as well. Gatundu South's Moses Kuria, Njoro's Joseph Kuna, Chuka Igambangombe's Muthomi Njuki, Thika Town MP Alice Nganga, Chesume MP Elijah Lagat and Bahati's Kemani Gunjiri. But the CORD legislators failed to raise the necessary numbers when it came to the vote.
The ayes 63, the nays 69. The motion is defeated.
House standing orders hold the 3 CORD MPs will not be allowed within the precincts of Parliament for the 4 sittings in which they have been suspended. They will as well forfeit allowances during the suspension period.
The Senate Standing Committee on Legal Affairs and Human Rights will later on today meet with a consortium of 3 media houses, that is the Royal Media Services, the Nation Media Group and the Standard Group, to shed light on the ongoing digital migration standoff. This follows a debate on the floor of the Senate where legislators demanded a solution to end the current stalemate. The 3 media houses have been asking for more time to lay infrastructure required for digital migration. The Uasin Gishu Senator Isaac Mellie was on Wednesday injured during a running battle between police and protesters who tried to storm the University of Eldoret to eject the Vice-Chancellor. The senator, who was among the demonstrators, received treatment at Elgon View Hospital as they and others were seeking for the removal of Professor Teresia Akenga.
Uasin Gishu Senator Isaac Mellie took matters into his own hands, leading a band of students to the offices of Professor Teresia Akenga, the Vice-Chancellor of University of Eldoret, and with a snap of the lock, the senator locked out the Vice-Chancellor. The senator and the demonstrators paralyzed learning at the institution, with chants calling for the removal of the Vice-Chancellor over alleged corruption and tribalism. So for hours it was a push and pull as MCAs joined the fray. However, it soon turned chaotic. And in the fracas, Senator Mellie and his aide were injured today. The professor had dismissed the allegations levied against her as false and politically instigated. She accuses area leaders of having a sense of entitlement to employment opportunities in the institutions.
Alafu tunaletewa wakora instead ya mtu kukuja kukaa na watu na kufanya kazi na watu. Kazi yake ni kuleta kila mtu kutoka sehemu yake.
But the truth is more than 50% of employees of the University of Eldoret come from this region.
For now, learning at the university remains paralyzed.
Catholics all over the world on Wednesday celebrated Ash Wednesday, which marks the beginning of a 40-day fasting period known as Lent, where they pray, repent and reflect about their lives before the celebration of Easter, which starts immediately the fast is over. At the Holy Family Basilica, believers marked the beginning of Lent by holding 8 different masses where ash was applied on their faces as a reminder that humans came from ashes and in death they will go back to being ashes. They were urged to pray more, fast and help the needy in the society during this fasting period. President Uhuru Kenyatta has expressed his dismay with public workers who deliberately and dishonestly inflate the costs of development projects and instead put up substandard infrastructure. The president said such officials should emulate corporate-run projects which are usually delivered within budget and are of right quality. President Kenyatta made the remarks during the official opening of the Kenyatta 50 Legacy project, which involved the renovation of 3 wards, the purchase of 100 beds and office furniture, as well as the upgrade of laundry facilities at the Mathare National Mental Referral and Teaching Hospital, which cost 50 million shillings and was sponsored by the Safaricom Foundation. Safaricom Limited CEO Bob Collymore called for more investments in the mental health sector. Leaders present at the event revealed that Kenya has about 70 psychiatrists, which translates to a ratio of 1 psychiatrist to 600,000 Kenyans.
Na hiyo mufanye kazi pamoja na yeye tuweke kwa the next budget tuje tumalize hiyo. And in the interim, because we don't want this to stop, we have agreed with Henry that you will get in touch with him, James. He will give you another 50 million shillings. And I want to see that 50 million stretch even beyond this Safaricom 50 million. Lakini tukirudi hapa tukute mmefanya wodi moja alafu mseme mmefanya kazi, mjue tutakuwa na shida na nyinyi. Tumeona pesa vile inaweza kufanya kazi na tunataka ifanye hiyo kazi.
Because this kind of job does not have a job description. You have to do it from the heart. When you see the kind of patients you are dealing with, you are saving lives, you are transforming lives. And so we really have to appreciate you.
In the corporate setting, mental illness most commonly manifests itself in what I call presenteeism, a variation of absenteeism, which means that affected employees are present in body, but absent in mind. Effectively, this translates to losses to our economy as a large segment of our population struggles in silence with diseases that they may not even be aware that they're fighting.
Because we'll have a photo session, that is, we request His Excellency.
Well, that's it for the Power Breakfast News, the online edition. But remember to be updated on what's going on around your country. Don't forget to click here and you'll get all the updates. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.